What's up? What's up? What's good with it? What's good with it?
Mhm.
Welcome to
What's
Live
up?
Talks Low. Welcome to Live Talks Low. Got my man Josh here. What's good with it? Yeah,
What's good?
it's good, Josh. You know,
Yeah.
you
Been a
we
minute.
yep. It's been a minute. Been a minute. I had you on the show before. We did. We talked about football. We know. I think we was doing it before the season. Wasn't it like last season?
Right, right, absolutely. Yeah, I think it was. It was either last season, it might have been the season before. Been a while.
Yeah, been a little while. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I look forward for this next division round of the playoffs. So Denver's going to be an interesting game in Buffalo.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be good, interesting. Yeah, asking people in the chat what's their playoff predictions. We live on YouTube and Twitch. So if you're in the audience and tap in, let me know where you're from and everything. You can leave your playoff predictions in the chat, and also let's see. I want to copy this and drop this into the. And that's the link too. I just sit the link, drop the link in the chat. Whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitch. You can join us on the live and you can share your playoff predictions live in the chat. Matter of fact, let me put the banner back up here. Who people think will win the Super Bowl? Let's have it right here. Yeah, I got it up for 60 seconds though. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm Low, known as Loretta's Only, hip hop artist, rapper, and producer. Most people know I've been doing Live Talks Low for about 4 or 5 years now. And I do interview guests. I talk about different topics, rare topics, usually music related. But I got a special guest with me today, named Josh Albert. And Josh, go ahead and introduce yourself and let everybody know where you're from.
Hi, everybody. My name's Josh Albert. My friends call me Albie. I'm originally from Loudon, New Hampshire. I live up in Laconia right now, which is the Lakes region of New Hampshire. You got the big lake, Lake Winnipesaukee. It's 28 miles or 22 miles long. It's a big lake. Everybody fishes up there and swims during the summer. We have Bike Week up here. It's a pretty good little spot up here.
Oh, good,
Yes,
good, good. And
and
you're
the
a
pretty
Patriots
quiet.
fan, right?
What's that?
You're a Patriots fan, right?
Yeah, I am a Pats fan. I've lived up here my whole life, but I've ever since I was a little kid, I always loved the Eagles too. So they've been
Oh,
like
okay.
my one too. You know what I mean? When I was like 12 years old, I was always repping the Eagles starter jacket. And everybody always knew me loving the Eagles. So I love the Eagles just as much as I love the Pats.
And that's good, man. That's good, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Some people have multiple teams in the NFL.
Right.
I had teams I never really always I was usually root just for the Eagles, but I like the Packers a little bit too. I root for teams that when they ain't playing the Eagles, I go for them. Then
Right.
when Cam Newton was doing good, I was with the Panthers. I rooted for them that season. I wanted them to win the Super Bowl and the Ravens. When the Eagles ain't playing, I like
Right.
Lamar Jackson. So
Yep.
it's other players for other teams. Some people don't like that, but I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you like football. Being a football fan, you gonna like players from other teams. Like, hey, I want to see this player from another team good. Like I like CJ Stroud from the Texans, so I
Yep.
like to see them do good. So I won't mind seeing them going to the Super Bowl. I love to see that.
Yeah, I think they got a hell of a team.
They do, they
Their
do.
defense is- Houston's D is like lights out.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I didn't really get to watching that this much this season, but I didn't watch the game. But I was looking at the score. And I'm like, oh, defense good.
Hmm. Absolutely, absolutely. Uh, I never root for like the Cowboys, the Redskins, and
Oh no,
those. They're
nah.
like it's enemy number one.
Yeah. Patriots for
Mhm.
me, Patriots any number one, Giants, Cowboys, Commanders, no. 49ers don't like them either. Really don't like them now.
Exactly. 49ers. I've never liked the 49ers.
Chiefs either. I don't like the Chiefs neither.
Yeah, they went through that area where they were just so damn good.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened with Mahomes this year. I figured they would have been a lot better. I just think their receiving core was mad suspect, and Kelsey was getting up there in age, and they just declined a little bit.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. Shoot. Kelsey getting ready to retire.
Yeah, he's retiring. Absolutely. Uh, yeah, he had a good run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kelsey had a good run. Yeah, yeah. About time for him to go. I mean, Patrick Mahomes unfortunately got an ACL injury. I hope he can come back.
Right. Right. Yeah. Those are tough to come back from, but
Is they say he might miss the first 4 games of the season.
oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, they
It's gonna
say he
be
could come back earlier, so I don't know. But and actually, I'm thankful for the Eagles. They had injuries too. Lane Johnson was hurt. I don't think he came. I don't know if he played that game against the 49ers. I think he did, but he was hurt.
right.
But we got to replace him soon. So he's getting old too. It's about time for him to retire because he's been
Yeah.
for a minute too.
Right.
Brandon
Right.
Graham came back, so I don't know if he's going to retire or he's going to go back into retirement or he's going to stay for one more year to see if they can win another one.
Yeah. I think he might come back for another year.
Yeah, yeah, I think he come back.
Me too.
But
Me
we got
too.
to win next season. Though we got to win next season,
Absolutely.
so he
Uh,
can bet on the team for the first 3 Super Bowl wins. Which I love to see.
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, season in the end, how we want it.
Right.
Wanted to repeat, but that's
Right.
life. Things don't happen. We had a terrible offensive coordinator, Kevin Patullo.
Yeah,
And if you're
absolutely.
watching, I don't like you. I hope you hear it. I don't like you. None of us Eagle fans, we don't like you. We're glad you got fired. Usually I don't celebrate people losing their job. In this scenario, you got to go, man.
Right, I agree. I thought that since the beginning of the season, I wanted to see him go. And I was like, what are they waiting for? I just never cared for his play calling.
Yeah, for this to happen. Yeah, they're waiting for this to happen. Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is the final score I said. So it took for us to get eliminated from the playoffs to fire what we've been saying the whole season.
Right. I mean, you look at how many close games the Eagles lost this year, and a lot of it I blame on poor play calling. The Chargers game, the Bears, they lost by like 8 points. They should have won that game. They lost to the Commanders, the Dallas game. There was just way, way too many close games they lost.
Right, exactly.
You
And
know?
the Chargers game, I blame that on Jalen. That game there, I mean, yeah, play call was a big part of it, but Jalen throwing 4 interceptions, that was the worst game I ever seen him play. I
Yeah.
mean, it happens. I was mad. After that game, yeah, I was mad. I said, "This was on you, Jalen." I didn't
Right.
criticize him, but however, some people took it too far. Talking about benching him, I'm like, nah, I ain't going that far now. I can
No.
hold him accountable when he plays bad. Yeah, I'll hold him accountable because in the past people say, "Oh, Jalen can't do no wrong with you," or "You will never hold him accountable." Yes, I do. And I held him
Right.
accountable for that game. For that game, yeah, I held him accountable. But the other games, it wasn't solely on him.
Right.
To be honest, you still for him to play with a offensive coordinator that's incompetent. Hate to say that, but Kevin Patullo was incompetent to be offensive coordinator. You've been passing coordinator for 9 years, and you lose the game like that, and you can't put nothing together. You got AJ Brown, Devontae
Oh,
Smith, Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goddard, Jalen Hurts as a quarterback. All that talent on offense, and you can't put together a effective offensive scheme.
I
And
know.
it's just too predictable. Saquon
Ex-
up the middle,
Right.
AJ Brown deep ball, incomplete pass. That was
Uh,
the whole offensive scheme all year. Did you see that reel on IG?
yeah. Yeah. Holy smokes. So, it's like what happened to the running the 10-yard routes, cutting back to the middle, or
Mm-hmm.
having a cross across the top. It's like, damn, there's just so much shit they could have pulled off. You know what I mean? The schemes, the hooks, it's like,
Right,
damn. The
right.
screens. You know, I just don't think they utilize their running backs and their receivers well at all. And I blame that
Not
on
at all.
Jason, you know?
Not at all. Not at all. Not to the magnitude that they should have used the man. Because
Right,
anybody can go out and coach that. Heck, I can go out and coach that. Heck, I'm watching the game from the TV, from the couch or whatever, or watching wherever I'm at, and I can see that, hey, y'all finna do the same thing. Oh, I know y'all finna call already.
right,
That's
right.
bad.
Yeah, that is bad.
Last season I couldn't do that. Last season, I had to pay a little more attention and had to look. Oh, I want to expect that.
Mhm. I agree. There was a complete 360 this year.
Right.
You
And
know, it's like what happened? I didn't get it. Hmm.
And now they got it where now I'm seeing people on social media seeing the posters going around, the media posting out posters saying, "Oh, Jalen Hurts." Oh, the reason why Kevin Patullo couldn't do this scheme because Jalen Hurts only can do certain things or it's too complex. So I was like, that's stupid. Like he was dealing with what's the name Shane Stinson and
Oh,
Shane Stinson for 2 years. Kellen Moore. You
yep,
know, that's why I say come open the playbook because I'm like, that's dumb. I'm like, y'all just saying shit just to
yeah,
put shit out
yeah.
there, just like stop. So y'all
I
trying to say that he can't do nothing but a basic scheme offense? That's a lie.
yeah. That's a wicked lie.
That's a
You
wicked
know,
lie. I'm like, he won
that's
us a Super Bowl for crying out
right.
loud just last season.
Yeah,
Now y'all want to say he sucks because like it's not all on him, maybe some of it, but I really don't fault him, at all. He even came out and said, say he let the team down, he let the fans down and all that. I'm like, nah, it ain't your fault. It ain't your fault. It's your offensive coordinator. And Kevin Patullo saying, "Oh, it's not my fault. Nobody don't see the inner workings." Yeah, blah blah blah. You're the offensive coordinator, right? It's not your fault. Apparently it is because Jalen making audibles at the line, calling different plays. Every time he did that, they had success. They always moved the ball. But you told them to stop doing that. So whose fault is it? Is it
exactly,
Nick's fault? Is it Nick's fault? It's your fault. You're the offensive coordinator. Of course, it's your fault. If it wasn't your fault, you'll still be there.
exactly. You know,
Kellen Moore
and
didn't have that problem.
right. And it's like, last year, before they won the bowl, the year before, I mean, I wasn't really too much of a fan of Sirianni. And like
Mm-hmm.
last year, he, they had it together and they made the run. And I was like, now I'm thinking a little different of this guy. Maybe he isn't that bad of a head coach.
Right,
So,
right.
but the play calling, the offensive play calling, forget about it. The defense is
Yeah, defense good. Vic Fangio, they be back.
right. And Cooper DeJean, he's young.
Yeah,
He's
he's young.
really,
Yep.
he's gonna be good.
Quayon Mitchell, getting those two interceptions.
Yep.
He picked
Yep.
up Brock Purdy twice, so it's like he usually don't get interceptions, but in the postseason he gets interceptions. So in
Right.
the postseason it's like he turns it up a notch, and people been sleeping on Quayon. Everybody holler Cooper DeJean. Not nothing against Cooper DeJean. I'm happy about Cooper DeJean, but everybody need to talk about Quayon Mitchell, and it's like he's a quiet, shutdown corner that's out there putting in the work, shutting people down, and people tend to forget about him because
Exactly.
he shuts down whoever he's checking one on one. When he gives up plays, usually he's either recovering or either
Right.
that wasn't his initial assignment, or either he had to go do something else, then he had to go back and run back and get it. Like, okay, that's when he gives up a play. But it's usually in the zone. It's not too much in man that he gives up a play. And
Right.
I don't think he gave up a touchdown this season. Maybe one or two, maybe, but like he hardly gives up any touchdowns. If Quayon on you, you're not getting nothing. You finna
No.
have a long night.
You got that right.
And I think that's why people don't realize who he is, or people is so quiet. But he's like the quiet Pro Bowl. Like it's just almost like he's stuck in the Pro Bowl.
Exactly.
I'm telling people, I'm saying this dude is good. You got a shutdown corner in him. You don't hear his name that much because people don't want to try him.
Exactly.
That's
No,
what it is. It's almost like Darius Slay when Darius Slay was young in his prime. Darius Slay shut down the whole field. Darius Slay's over there. I can't throw to that side because Darius Slay over there, he gonna pick it off somewhere around there.
exactly.
That's what
Exactly.
Quayon becoming.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what Quayon becoming. And
For real, he's on the come up for sure.
going against AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, that definitely helps.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because they're good. They're good players. They're good route runners. And if he's going against them in the practice, he's going against the best. And it's like if they're doubling up on AJ, they should have did whatever it took to get Smith the ball. He's so fast, you
Correct.
know.
Correct.
And it's like, the ghost does go ghost though at times.
Mm-hmm.
He does.
Yep. Give Goddard, give Goddard, more looks too.
Oh yeah,
Goddard was big. He came up big this season.
he did. He's a really good tight end. He really is.
They need to resign him. So
Mm,
Nevertheless, there's nothing we could do about it. It was over with. He was eliminated from the playoffs. But let's get to
right.
these other teams. What predictions is, and because we was talking earlier before we went live. Came in the studio and was sitting there
Yep.
chopping it up a little bit. I was looking at the Seahawks. We got the Seahawks, 49ers, the
Right.
Rams, and the Bears. The
Yep.
Bears. So who you think coming out of that? I think my pick might be the Seahawks. I'm looking at the Seahawks. I think Sandana might actually not
Yeah.
look in the playoffs this time.
Right. Because the Seahawks I'm rolling with the
Yes.
Seahawks. You know.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
The defense
Absolutely.
good. The defense good. The defense look great.
They do. They do. You know.
And these
I
Niner
really.
fans, when you say the defense is great, these Niner fans sitting here talking like, oh, we guarantee to go. Like, nah, y'all finna run into some problems with the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks send the Niners home.
Absolutely. And the Seahawks always play the Niners tough. That's what the Niner gang's forgetting that. They're thinking they got easy walk in, and it's like, the Seahawks are gonna make a hell of a game.
I definitely be watching that game. And that's the game I want to watch. And I'm rooting for the Seahawks. I hope they beat the heck out of the Niners. Because
Oh, me.
Niners fans talk so much trash to me, and all the Niner fans that's in my reel, I'm coming to get y'all.
Yep, the Niners fans do the same to me too. It's like, damn, I've never liked none of the Niner gang. And
Nope,
they're the ones that talk the most trash. They do.
they do. They do.
Absolutely.
Talking
That's
about
one of
bang
the
bang. Talking about that
yeah,
stupid crap, bang bang. Oh
I
yeah.
know.
Seahawks bang bang that ass.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah. In the Bears game, I don't know. I'm going with the Rams.
The Rams play the Bears, right?
The Rams play the Bears. Yeah.
I think experience gets the Bears. I think that's what it comes down to. The Bears surprised everybody. The Bears totally surprised with this season. I didn't expect them to get this far, but I can't even hate on them because they came back. They were
Right.
down by so much against Green Bay last week, and they came back. I thought Green Bay was for sure was gonna eliminate them.
Right.
I'm like, oh, ain't no way they come back. They come back towards the end. I'm like, how the hell?
Exactly. It was in the fourth quarter. They were up big, and then all of a sudden there was like 10 minutes left, to 8 minutes left. They turned it up, and they got 20 something points, and I'm like, damn.
Unanswered points. Unanswered points. It's just like on a standstill. It's like they couldn't stop them.
I
It's
know.
like I know they missing Michael Parsons, but I'm like, shoot. I'm like, dang, how did they let them come back like that? And
Yeah.
Green Bay field goal kicker missing that field goal. I'm like, yo, you just caused your team the game. They came back to hunt them. Same
Yeah.
thing with Dick Elliott missing the extra point. I don't know what's going on with these kickers. The kickers is probably like one of the most important parts of the postseason. As of
They
right
are.
now, it seemed like same thing with the Ravens kickers. They missed the playoffs because they kicker Justin Tucker. I'm like, what's with these kickers missing these field goals?
Right. And they're little chip shots too. It's like,
Yeah,
what the
it's easy field goal.
right. Ones they should not be missing.
Exactly.
And it's like it's not just one or two. There's been quite a few of them. And I don't think we've seen the last of it either. You
Mm-mm.
know.
So another one gonna do it. Watch. It's been going on all season. I'm like, what's going on with the kickers? And these are good kickers too. These
Right.
aren't kickers that's not that on the missed field goals. It's like last week. Like I watched the end of the Packers game. I'm like, damn, dude, you missed the field goal. I'm on the way home looking at it. Listening to it. It's like, yo, you missed the field goal. I'm like, dude, you caused your team the game.
That's the first thing I thought too. I was like,
The
that one's
Bears not supposed to be this far. It's supposed to be the Packers against the Rams. Really?
right. It really is. It was like they gift wrapped them that game. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
The kicker did. He missed the field goal. I'm like, dude, and number of other things, they gave up the lead, but still, it's like, I mean, not taking nothing from the Bears, Bears fans listening, I'm not taking the
Mhm.
Bears, not saying the Bears are a good team. They're a good team. They're a good team, regardless if I don't like them or not, or think they shouldn't be. Hey, the Bears are a good team. You have to respect them. But
Yep.
I thought Green Bay had that game in the bag. I'm like, they got it. I say the Bears, yeah, they look ran out now. I was like, yeah, they finna run out. I said they're gonna go back to ground. Nah, they
Right.
got there, so we gotta respect them. So who knows? The Bears might run the table. You never know.
Yeah. You never know. Not
It's really a toss up. Really, it's wide open.
right. It really is. But with all the teams, really. I
Yeah.
mean, you got Denver and Buffalo, and it's like Denver's, they had the bye week, and I mean that
Mhm.
favors Buffalo, I think, because Denver's going to be rusty,
Yeah,
and Denver don't really scare me that much.
because they're inexperienced. Bo Nick's inexperienced, so the Bills got to play them correct.
Yes, correct.
So the
Yep.
Bills should win this game. So as I was saying earlier, I was having a conversation with somebody earlier. I think. Matter of fact, we was talking about this. Josh Allen has to win, has to get to the Super Bowl now. Now that Mahomes is not in his way,
Right.
it's no excuse for him not to get there. He has to get there. If you
Right.
don't get there this season, I don't want to hear nothing else about Josh Allen being elite. I'm sorry.
Oh, I know. I feel the same way.
I
He's
don't
had
want to hear
so
nothing else about it.
right. He's had so many chances.
And this is
And
chance right here. This is the clear path to get to the Super Bowl this year.
it really
That's
is.
money.
Exactly.
That can go that way too. I can put that
Exactly.
out there.
Exactly. The Patriots, man, they've really surprised me this year. Drake May, he's had one hell of a year. You know, that surprised me. I didn't think the Pats would win 5 or 6 games this year, if you want the truth.
Honestly, yeah. Nobody was expecting the Patriots either. They came out of nowhere. That's another team that came out of nowhere. I'm like, how?
And like May's been so good, he's in MVP votings and stuff like that. He like has crazy percentage each game, like making completions. It's like wow. So I don't know, like you said, it's so up in the air. They got to
Right,
get by the Houston D.
right.
So
Exactly.
we'll see. We'll see.
Exactly. We'll see though. But I like the Texans chance, like I was saying earlier. I wouldn't
Hmm.
mind seeing them going either. I know I said the Seahawks, but it's really kind of hard to tell this season. It's like it's really for the first time in a long time, you really can't really predict who's going to win the Super Bowl.
You
You can
can't.
say one team, hey, I thought it was going to be the Seahawks. Well, this team doing something, so can't count nobody out. That's
Exactly.
basically what I'm saying. You can't count nobody out.
Right. You got that right. Yep. So we'll see. I had a feeling the Steelers were gonna get beat up.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. I thought maybe Aaron Rodgers was gonna run the table. With him getting ready to retire, it's like the NFL say, "Oh, let him win the Super Bowl before he retires." But no, Texans like, nah, you send your ass home.
Yeah, you're going back. And it wasn't even really. It was close until we got to the end of the third, fourth quarter, and it was like Houston that D stepped up, and it was like, whoa,
Right,
kind of like the Patriots game, really.
right. Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers just need to go ahead and retire now. It's time for him to retire.
Mhm. It really is. I was surprised Tomlin stepped down. Mike Tomlin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm surprised he stepped down big time. I'm like, oh, he stepped down. I thought it was gonna either he got fired or but 19 years of having winning seasons. I mean, you got to respect that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They had one hell of a good run. I mean, he was a great coach. I'll give him that. Real good coach. He had a lot of great players over the years.
Right, right, absolutely. Has one Super Bowl win.
Hmm.
I guess it was just time for him to part ways. He's been there for so long. But, teams will want him. I
Oh
think the
yeah.
Ravens looking at him. He might go to the Ravens. That'd be crazy. They
Oh,
let him
I
go
know.
to the Ravens. The rival.
Oh, I know. And I think that might happen. I really think he's probably going to go to the Ravens. And boy, that will rejuvenate Lamar, I think. You
I
know,
think so.
that might be what he needs.
Right. The Ravens get a Super Bowl win. Go to the
Y-
Ravens and they win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, yeah. The offseason should be interesting. You know, Philly needs a few pieces. They need a few more weapons. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, we already got a loaded team. Basically, it's just we
Yeah.
signed the right players. Uh, add some upgrades to the line because some of the linemen are getting older. Add some upgrades to the line, we'll be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. You know who I like from Philly that flies under the radar is Josh Dotson.
Oh
Just
yeah,
because
John Dawson. Yeah, John Dawson.
he's fast.
Yeah,
He's,
that's another thing. We didn't use him at all this season, really too much.
I know, which I didn't understand. I'm like, you got these really speedy receivers. It's like utilize them, and
Yeah.
that goes back to poor play calling. I feel, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Play
I don't
calling
know.
is a big thing.
Yeah, you know, I mean, look at Belichick when he was in there. How he used to slot receive like Edelman and Amendola and stuff. That's what Philly needed to do with Smith and Dotson. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the middle slot routes.
Right.
Bust them outside, go for the long ball once in a while. You
Right.
know, there's just so much more they could have done.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, yo,
Mhm.
you're not calling the plays.
Right,
Play
right,
calling, that's a big thing. That's a big thing in the playoffs.
right.
You gotta have coaching. That's important. That goes to show everybody. Coaching is important. That's the
Agreed.
most still important thing. You got great players, but you don't have coaching or great right leadership out there. They're not gonna be able to execute.
Exactly,
That,
exactly.
that's why you have those teams that's still in it. They got good coaching. They got pretty good coaching or competent
Mhm.
coaching. That their schemes are good enough to get in there. And the 49ers scheme was better than the Eagles. They was the better team. People say they
Right.
all their backups. We lost a bunch of backups. Yeah, because our coaching sucks. That's why. We should have,
Yeah,
because to be honest, we should have destroyed them. We had good coaching. Would
yeah,
destroyed them, but they're clearly the better team because they have good coaching.
exactly,
And their
exactly,
scheme work. Their scheme work. But their scheme work. The scheme work because it didn't matter who the players is. And that's why schemes are so important.
exactly.
I want people to understand that. Like, I don't think people understand the fact that you can have a good player or how a player regress. It can make it look like a player regress, but really it's the scheme. You're in the wrong scheme,
Yep.
and things are not working right, and your coach is not calling the right plays. It's like it affects your game too because you can't do what you want to do or what you need to do because all the other
Yep.
players are not in a position where they're supposed to be at or where they're really supposed to be at. They're not really there to their scrims. You're playing to their weaknesses. Every player has a weakness.
Oh
There's no
yeah.
such thing as that. It's just some schemes expose it more than others.
Exactly. You got
Some
that right.
schemes you can get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it
Absolutely.
comes down to coaching. That's going to be the determinant of the playoffs. The team that
Yep.
comes out of top, who got the best coach, who can make the right adjustments,
Right. Exactly.
who
And
can adjust.
it's like what defense is he going up to? You know, it's like you if Carolina's running a certain defense, sometimes you might need to adjust the scheme, and it's like
Exactly.
you can tell after the first quarter, and then you make the adjustments. It's like
Exactly.
if you're running the same schemes all the time, they're gonna figure you out. You know what I mean? And you
Just
have
like that.
exactly, and you're like a sitting duck. You know, it's like I really wanted to see Philly run the ball more, and
Mm-hmm.
I
They
like
did.
I like them picking up Tank Bigsby. I
Yeah,
think
put it back. Yeah, take Bisbee. Yeah, bring him back.
right, right.
Use
I
him a
think
little more. He need to be up the middle. I think that's what they messed up at.
right. Good short yardage, friggin', third and twos, third and ones. He's a big boy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why did they do that? And why did they do that against the 49ers? Like, yo,
Right.
keep running him. I'm like, hey, get Saquon and bounce Saquon to the outside. I want Saquon up the middle. Not saying Saquon can go up the middle, but really that's not his game. He's really a elusive back. Saquon does the cuts and all that. He cuts in,
Oh,
sweeps, toss,
yep.
jet
He,
sweeps.
exactly. He's one of those running backs. He likes to bounce off and
Yeah,
his cuts and run to the
mhm,
outside, and you know
right.
he's not more of a up the middle, straightforward
That's
type.
Bisbee. That's Bisbee's game.
Exactly, exactly. You
And
know,
Bisbee better be there next year. If I'm Harry Roseman, which I know Harry Roseman, how we trust, but I would like to see more of that. They need to be distributed carries between those two, and like you said, the run game needs to be heavy, and that's why I points to the correct offensive coordinator. Kevin Patullo saying it's not his fault. So why did you not do that? Like, a couple of games you did it, you didn't start that sooner. And then like 1-2 punch, you had an opportunity to do.
exactly. And if they did that, it would open up the passing game. So it's like it's a
Yeah,
double sword. You know what I mean?
and let Jalen run. You know, I think they talk. I believe Patulo stopped Jalen from running because Jalen Hurts they do a lot of running,
Right. He
and
he did.
when he uses his legs, he's always successful. Like Jalen Hurts still can run. People forget that. You know, they try to make Jalen a pocket passer while he's still in his prime. Don't waste his prime years while he's still young and still got those legs running now. Now when he get a little older, he's gonna have to stay in the pocket a little more. But
Yeah.
that's his game. He's a dual threat quarterback. That's the
Right.
problem. You know, he's
Absolutely.
dangerous. That's what made him so dangerous. Like, dual threat quarterback can win a Super Bowl. Yes, they can. You
Yeah.
know, now even you got everybody going for dual threat quarterback. The pocket passer is becoming a lost art, you know, in football. Some teams still deal with it, but
hmm
even Aaron Rodgers, old as he is, he could take off a little bit. He might not be fast as he used to be. Even Patrick Mahomes, you got to be a little shifty. You might not be the fastest, but
Right.
the scrap you can move a little bit. You like to scramble.
You
It's
got
like
it.
now, it's like that's I want to say that's almost a regular trait that you got to have. Any good quarterback has, you got to scramble a little bit.
A little bit. You know.
Almost. Now Shadura's a pocket pass. He's really not a scrambler like that, but he can run a little bit if he got to. But you know, it's almost like you have to be like a scrambler.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, and I think Philly last year when they won the championship, I
Mm-hmm.
think when Jalen Hurts was running the ball and
Yeah,
he was using his legs, that's when they were the most dangerous. You know,
exactly, exactly.
because they're like, who are they going to hand it off to? Is Jalen going to run it, or is Shaquan Barkley going to run it? You know,
Yeah,
they were just so up in the air about it, and
you
it
don't know.
was just off the passing. You know what I mean?
You don't know. And you know, speaking of that, I think that's what's working for Chicago. You know, that's what Chicago come out doing. Caleb Williams also can run.
Oh yeah,
He can use his
absolutely.
legs. He's not a, you know, I don't know. The coach is not afraid to let him use his legs. He uses his legs. You know, I'm seeing that. Caleb
Right.
Williams he uses his legs.
Yeah, he can run.
Use
He's good.
your legs. You know, then
Absolutely.
that helps to open up running lanes to DeAndre Swift because you don't know if Caleb Williams is going to take off or you got DeAndre Swift for the take off. What's the other running back they got too that's behind DeAndre Swift? Because he killed
Uh,
us that game. They
is
ran all over us that game.
Oh, the big guy there, Herbert,
Yeah, yeah. Dang,
Kevin
Herbert
Herbert.
something, whatever his name. Yeah, he good.
He is good. He reminds me of Ramondre Stevenson. He's just a big guy. Yeah.
Yeah, the Rams gonna have their hands full with the Bears.
Oh, I think they will too. But I definitely think it will be a good game. It'll be close.
Mm-hmm. The run game gonna be a big thing for the Bears because you got Caleb Williams, you got the big
hmm
running back Burr, and you got Swift running. So now you got big people you got to watch. The running
Yeah,
the running lanes
absolutely.
open up. That's the Rams gonna be in trouble. So they gotta shut them running lanes down early.
Right, right. It's whoever. It's really whoever whatever offense can keep that defense on the field more. It's gonna play a big part in that game.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna say this: defense wins championships.
Absolutely. I agree.
Defense wins championships.
Yep. Yep.
Defense wins championships. Who
You,
defense hold the team to the most points? You don't have to shut them down completely, but if you can hold the team to the most points in the run game, as you were saying, the run game, that's very important because who has a good running game controls the game. So if you hold on to the ball that long, so let's say your time position is a big thing too. Yeah, that was another thing that we had last season that we didn't have. To go back to how the Eagles were so dominant because we had time position, we got time position, we had the ball for 10 minutes drive.
right.
So you taking time out. So we're not giving you time to even get out there to get them going because we got the ball so much. As we run the ball, we run it down your throats. So Chicago
Exactly.
needs to use that. So if I'm Chicago, if they want to make the Super Bowl, Chicago, I think Chicago will come on top of the Rams just for the simple fact the run game.
Right. Right. If they
I think the Rams were very good at the run.
yeah, if they use that play calling right, and they keep them on the field, that that's
Right.
gonna be hmm
That's how they
absolutely
came back. That's how Chicago came back. The run game, the run game, the passing game. That's how they tend to stay in games because you run the other team, wear down the other team defensive line.
exactly, exactly. That
And when
plays a huge part.
when you do things like that, it's like, man,
hmm Absolutely, it should be interesting.
But definitely interesting. Seahawks with the passing game. Like I said with them, their defense is great. Defense wins championships.
You
They
got
got,
that.
they got that going for them. The 49ers, the 49ers still injured. I think some of the players will come back. But
Yeah.
there'll be something that I think is going to stop because I don't even think Purdy is that good, to be honest.
Purdy? No, I don't think so. I think he's overrated.
He is.
I think Jaden Daniels is going to be good in a few years.
Oh, yeah. 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 He just got hurt this year.
Then it's all who Washington puts around him too.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I think 49er fans understand that Purdy is not that good. I hate to say it, but he's not.
No, and
Chris
the reason,
McCaffrey, Chris McCaffrey is like the only real weapon that they have, really.
right. I mean, they got Jennings, but do you call him a weapon? You know
No,
what I mean?
not really.
Yeah. I mean, Ayok, he hasn't played all year, really.
Yeah,
And
he's
I
been
don't
hurt.
exactly. And I don't think he'll be back next year. He'll go somewhere else. There's some sort of dysfunction there.
It'd be crazy though, if at the most really Purdy is like average quarterback. Now that's the average quarterback. I think the 49ers would do them so good if they had a quarterback that was actually like Bryce Young or something like that. Bryce Young's on the 49ers. Now they would be
Right.
serious.
Exactly.
Now
Exactly.
that's somebody that really get the ball moving.
Oh yeah, I agree. And the reason why I think uh, Purdy is so good over there in San Fran is because of the coaching system.
That's
You
it.
know,
He's a
and
system quarterback. That system that makes him look good, but if he goes somewhere else, I don't think he'll be the
no,
same. Yeah,
he would just be an average quarterback. Say if he went to the Browns or something. You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
be an
boy,
average quarterback. Yep.
Miles Garrett had a hell of a year.
Oh,
Miles Garrett.
well, he wants to stay in Cleveland, though. I think he wanted to play. I think Miles Garrett should have left when he had a chance to.
Yeah. Yeah. Good chance.
He
You
had a good
know.
chance to leave. It was talking about him coming to Philly. That'd be
Well,
scary.
that would be scary. Absolutely.
Man, we definitely didn't have to worry about the offense then. If he was Philly, you definitely ain't getting that. Well, we ain't got to score because you're not getting that anyway because now you got Jalen Carter and Miles Garrett and Jordan Davis to deal with.
Right. That'd be like
You're
the
not
double.
getting it. That'd be unfair. That'd be so unfair.
Oh, I know. Absolutely. They'd be unstoppable on D. I couldn't believe Green Bay got Micah Parsons, if you want the truth.
Oh
That
yeah.
shit out of me. I was like, wow.
They're gonna be good too. Green Bay contenders this year. They're gonna be in the contention next year. So you got to
All
pick
right.
them.
Absolutely.
Mike Parsons got hurt unfortunately this season. So if you would have been hurt, I don't think the Bears win that game. They didn't get that run game, or they won't be able to come back. And Caleb Williams doing all that running, he would
Right.
have stopped that. He would have put a stop to it.
I think so too. He's such a big player. You know what I mean? He comes up with big plays, and it's like, wow.
They needed him out there. They did good without him. Just I think that if Michael Parsons was there playing, I think even if the Bears came back with the post and the kicker missed field goal, I still think the Packers would have advanced because Michael Parsons
Yeah,
is that much of a game impact that he would have made a big play at the right moment, and that been it. They go on.
I agree.
The best defensive player wasn't out there, so now your run game is not as good because Michael Parsons is a run stopper too. So you're not doing all that running against him. He's going to slow you down a little bit.
Oh yeah,
He was
absolutely.
only like one or two good plays, two good stops. Make one or two big plays that can flip the game in your favor.
Yep.
At the right
Yep.
moments, you can disrupt the run play. Yeah, you got close, but I'm gonna stop you right here. You might be running all game, but this one big play I just made, it stops all that.
Right. Exactly. What to me that Dallas when they let go of Parsons for Frank
I
Clark,
knew,
I
that,
was
I knew that I knew they was gonna go down here. I said, "You stupid, Jerry Jones stupid." But Jerry Jones said, "Yeah, let him go." I'm like, "No, Jerry, that's dumb. You let your
like,
best player, defense player go."
I know exactly. I was like, what are they thinking? I mean, Frank Clark, he's older now. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I mean, he might have another 3, 4 good years. I mean, Parsons is young.
Yeah, Parsons still young. You know, he still got about a good 5 or 6 more years. You know,
Oh yeah,
Parsons is way too valuable. And Jared, you didn't want to pay him.
I know.
You want to pay that Prescott. You might want to play that. You know, you might want to pay him.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I don't think Parsons want to leave Cowboys, but he wanted more money, which that he deserved.
He did deserve it, you know. That didn't make sense to me, you know. And I think he did really want to stay in Dallas, but obviously they
You let him
didn't.
go to the Packers. You let him go to a team that you play quite a bit for. You don't play him twice a year, but you know you might play him once a year, or you might play him twice a year again because you probably play him one time in the season, and then you play him again in the playoffs. You gotta run across them in the playoffs. You don't do that.
Oh, I know. I
If
know. If
anything, you take your ass to the AFC. You're not going. You're not going there. You're not going anywhere near the NFC team.
exactly. You know, if I was a GM and like say I had like a player like superstars like a Parsons or the last place I would do is trade him in the division or you're gonna see them and they're gonna burn you when they play again. It's like because they're gonna be all amped up. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, I gotta get these guys back.
Uh-huh.
You know, he definitely would spurn them.
Spread them big time.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Jerry don't want to have nobody to be a GM, so you know that causes that right there. That's a problem in itself right there.
Exactly.
You need a GM. If you had a good GM, no competent GM would have made a move like that.
Oh, I know. I know.
Not get something better for him. If you felt like you wanted to trade him, you would have got somebody who's two or just as good as him.
Exactly. Or even a little younger,
Yeah.
just as valuable. You know what I
Somebody that
mean?
can develop to be a Michael Parsons, but you let him go to Green Bay and you saw the impact he did. He made an instant impact.
Exactly. Instant contenders. You know.
Yeah, it's contenders. Like, next season, they'll be instant contenders.
Right.
Michael Parsons back healthy, keep basically the same team.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Again,
Right.
he's
And
a
they could.
problem.
Yeah.
They got the squad to win. You know, they got the squad to win.
Oh yeah. They got the talent. I mean, Love's going to be good. He's going to be good for a number of years. Jordan Love.
Mm-hmm.
And
They back up good too. Like Malik Willis came in there good.
he really is absolutely. And it's like, what they should have did is they should have got rid of Dak and they should have kept on the Parsons. I don't like Dak. I think he chokes in the big games.
Not good. He's not good.
No, no. And the Cowboy fans are just Cowboy fans.
Yeah, they know that. That's a turnover. You know, that Prescott, like every quarterback that's in the playoffs right now has won more playoff games than him.
Right.
CJ Scribes won more playoff games than him, only been in 4 years. Jalen Hurts is better than him. Jalen Hurts won more playoff games than him.
Right.
You know?
That says a lot in itself right there.
Exactly. And it's been 2 Super Bowls already in his first
Right.
5 years. And a Super Bowl champion and a Super Bowl MVP.
Yep.
And won 2 NFC championships already.
Yeah.
And probably going to win some more too.
You got that right. They're going to be back for sure.
He probably win the Super Bowl before that even gets to the NFC championship game again.
Exactly. You know how he's going to be trying to bring in some pieces.
Of course.
Of
course, it seems like we should know now, this right now, so it's just like it's the same thing that happened what was it? 2023? It was 11-6. First round exit, right?
Yep.
Next season what happened? We win the Super Bowl. So guess what next season? Seems like that's gonna be the thing with us. All right, we take a year off. So you know what? The NFL's like, hey, can y'all lose? Can y'all lose? Like let somebody else get it. Please.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, we let him get it. All right. We let him get it. Next year, okay.
Time to bounce back.
Yeah, just let him say, we're gonna take a year off. It's like, let y'all get it. This year, get it. This year, we're not letting you get it.
Right. They'll be ready.
They gonna come on. Now our team garbage and sucks, but they gonna come a thing. It's like, y'all got a super team. That's not fair. Y'all got a super team. Oh, super team now. No, now super team. Now stop.
Right, right. I haven't heard nothing about super teams yet, but
Like
we ain't.
last
Well,
Super Bowl, that's all you heard.
oh, I did, but I kind of chuckled because we used to only hear that about basketball, and everybody was saying it last year. You know, and I was chuckling.
It's not our fault. We got a good GM that know how to draft, know how to
Exactly.
trade. You
And
know,
know how to pick up players. You know, ain't afraid to dish out contracts.
it's not our fault. So it's like, hey,
Yep.
not a trade. Biggest downfall that I think that he messed up at was, I think that Nick, hire in house. Don't do that no more. It's
Right.
bad to hire in house. So learn twice from that. Don't make the same mistake twice if it don't kill.
Right.
And we did that.
We did.
And that was the call because really, to be honest, despite what any other fan was saying or any other fans or anything said, we could have repeated if we didn't have a competent officer coordinator.
Right. Exactly.
That's what it
I,
came down to. That was the main issue. Play calling.
right. We should.
Execution was part of it too, but the play calling, the main thing, everybody saw it. The scheme.
Yeah.
You sit
Yeah.
there and look. I look at all the other teams in the playoffs, like I was saying earlier, they have good coaching, they have good schemes. So that's why they're still in the playoffs and we're not, because they got good schemes. So their
Exactly.
players can execute better in those schemes.
Yep.
Schemes is important. You need to understand that you can have great players, have all the talent in the world, but scheme sucks.
Yeah.
You're not winning no games.
You're not winning no games.
And that led over to the defense staying on the field too long, and really down the field too long. He still was able to hold them to 4 points. So we only lost by 4 points. Granted, don't get me wrong. Somebody say, we are still lost. A loss is a loss. Yes, duh. I know that. But what I'm saying is, it's like, sitting there, it's like, hey, offense with a more competent offensive coordinator, like, and capitalize off the 2 interceptions that they got. You got another interception, they did it again. I'm like, y'all capitalize off that. That field position.
Exactly. If they would had a good schemes and good offensive coordinator, they probably would have won by 10 or 14 points, you know?
Exactly.
Not a loss by 4.
And that's what the teams have in the playoffs. That's what they have. The Seahawks got that. The Bears got that. The Rams got that.
And like we talked about before, with the schemes out in San Fran, you know, I mean, they make a quarterback like Purdy look
be good.
And I don't think he's that good at all, really. He's just average to me.
No, he's not.
No.
He's not good.
No.
Pop him a good time. Pop him a good time. We did that too. We popped him, man. Slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
You pop Purdy one good time. That's it.
Yep. Yeah. Old Purdy. I never really cared for him that much. I always thought they kind of blew him up way too much. And, that coach, they got good coaching out there.
Mm-hmm.
They could make somebody that's regular just look good, man.
Right.
Yeah. I figured Trey Lance would have been good, but he just didn't fit in their schemes. He didn't fit in anybody's schemes, really. He was kind of, I don't know. I figured he would have been a lot better, if you want the truth.
Right. Somewhere else, you don't do too well. That scheme helping.
Yeah. So, Dolphins fired their coach, huh?
Mm-hmm. Right, Daniel.
Mike McDaniel, yeah. Which they should, I mean, I know they had some injuries and stuff, and it's like, but still. They should have always been a lot better with the players that they had. It's with them, right?
Right.
When you put third stringers in there, you can't expect them to bail out the team when
clip that.
It's like bringing the water boy in,
Right.
Trying to win offense.
Right. Personally, I don't know why they even. I thought Mike McDaniel was still with Dolphins.
Right.
How long was he there?
3 years. 3 years.
One more year, I think, because Yeah,
Yeah,
Tua, Tua's just not a quarterback. He can't put the skill on the line. And I told people this. People talking shit about Tua replacing Jalen Hurts. That's championship. He's a better quarterback. Yeah, college, but come NFL, guess what?
yeah.
Come NFL, guess what? Ain't happening.
Ain't happening.
He
No,
can't stay healthy, and he can't really sell the line. I mean, Tua, they need to move on from Tua. I think that was a downfall. Tua, you didn't have a competent quarterback.
exactly.
You didn't have the
Ex-
right quarterback for your scheme. But I think you don't take a head coaching job in Cleveland or any other team. Come to Philly and be offensive coordinator, you're definitely going back.
Yep.
But
Yep.
now you got a quarterback. You can see over the line. He's smart,
Right.
audible at the line, at the run. Now you got weapons.
Oh yeah.
You got
Absolutely.
weapons now. It's no doubt. Oh, I got weapons over here.
Right. I didn't even think about Mike McDaniel.
I live in the come offensive coordinator.
Yeah. I think that'd be a great move.
If you don't get the ball,
Right. Right.
you don't get him or what's the dude on 49ers like that? Kasky or something like that.
Let's see. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you don't get him, or shoot, hell, if you Frank Wright got fired from college team.
Oh really?
I love him to come
I
back,
guess
or Same Stitcher
that'd
get
be
fired from the Colts or something like that. Hey, come back with Doug Peterson.
right. Doug Peterson. Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
people posting about Nick Foles, pushing Nick Foles to be offensive coordinator. I don't know about offensive coordinator, but I can see him being a quarterback coach at least.
Right.
It seems like he knows
Right.
ball, so I like to see that.
Yep. He sure does. Absolutely. I think he'd be good too.
I
I
think
always
so
like,
too.
but
I
Mike
think
McDaniel. That's an interesting thought. Offensive coordinator. That'd be something. I think.
that's what everybody wants to see. I definitely want to see it. I want to see it.
Right. I'd like
Mike
to see that.
McDaniel and Big Fangio.
Right.
Big Fangio got the defense, Mike McDaniel got the offense. Lee County as a head coach.
Yeah. That'd be something. They'd be going back for sure.
Mm-hmm. That's
Absolutely.
scary.
That would be scary. Absolutely. They'd be lethal.
We want to play. You want to play us? Okay.
Yeah. The teams would be saying, "Oh shit, we gotta go into Philly this week."
Yeah. You're gonna have your work cut out for you. Not saying
Yeah.
you'll be unbeatable, but like, oh
Right.
man,
Right.
you're gonna have your hands tied. So you got to be on your A game. One mistake, it's over.
Exactly. It's kind of would be like that year when they went in rolling and they won all those games in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that happening again if McDaniel was
Exactly.
there. It's
Exactly.
all about the schemes, man. Exactly what he's.
That's what it is in the playoffs. It's like that's a team that really wins. I said this man, the way it goes.
Right.
As more I think about it, it's like the answer changes because it's like you think about it, like those teams come in, you got the best team.
Right. Exactly. And
It's like it's not even about best players, really. That's part of it. Yeah, you gotta have the
right.
right players. Your scheme sometimes is so good, no matter who in it. It just once they're comfortable in the scheme and play their role,
Yep.
it works out.
Exactly. And they can't beat themselves though with all the stupid turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that too, you know.
Turnovers a big part of it too. So
Oh yeah.
turnovers.
Absolutely.
Got the best
Turnovers.
defense.
You know.
But I like the Seahawks because of the defense. I think to them they got the best defense out of all the teams now. If we're eliminated, they got the best defense. So with them, the best defense, they're the favorites.
Yeah.
Because their defense is strong.
Oh yeah. Seattle's defense is good. Absolutely.
For the Niners fans running it down, talking about the junk, I'm like, look, y'all focusing on that because I'm telling you, Seahawks on defense is going to get some problems. Like, 49ers going to score, 13 points they played the last
Right.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was like 13-9.
I like the Seahawks to come out for that one. So I don't see the 49ers advancing. I don't see them advancing.
I don't see the 49ers advancing. Nope, not
It's
at
going to
all.
stop. We'll see how good Purdy really is. And like I said, he's not that good. I'm really finna see. And I need
Exactly.
49 fans to understand this. Like, yeah, y'all won that game, but can't answer our offense not really moving the ball or not really in position to defend and a bad field position. Field that 3 turnovers on you. Our
Right.
offense could capitalize and save you. Because I deep did our part. Y'all made this good play, by the way.
Yeah.
And caught us off guard a good play. I think they just do the assignment, but it happens.
Yep.
But it's like that's why y'all did it. The offense just
Yeah.
defense does win championships. The offense got to do just a little bit.
Yep. They sure do.
Because you can't keep defense on the field. You know that.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
that was the problem. Keep defense on the field.
Right. Right. It's like whatever offense can wear the other defense down and just keep them on the field the longest. And it's like the defense, like you said, they make big plays, make some turnovers,
Yeah,
change the game.
they did that. It just comes down to the offense. That's another thing that I seen. And if the other team is watching your first watching, make sure that the defense turnover, just make sure your offense capitalize on the turnover. But if you field goal or touchdown, keep some points.
As long as they put points on the board,
Keep some points on the board.
Exactly.
Get 6-3. Get 6 points.
Right. Every little bit helps, especially when off of turnovers. It like depletes the wind out of their sails, because they'll be saying, "Shit, I'm beating myself." You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's what happened to us. We beat ourselves.
Yeah.
Our play calling, execution.
Yep.
Dropping passes.
Too many drops, open passes.
Yep. Stay on defense. Gave up a big play that happens, but still, you can still it wasn't like you couldn't come back. Big extra point. That's a point back again, and I'm going to say again, it's like those kickers got to be on point. Extra points, you got to make them. That 1 point, that 1 point can cause you to and you saw that.
Oh, yeah.
And we saw that. So what happened? You missed extra point.
Yep.
It won't be 22-19, 22-20. So it made 22-20. So we got out of the field with that field goal position. So guess what? All we had to do was kick it. We had the extra point.
Bingo.
From the first quarter, that wasn't missed.
Right.
Get the field goal, we go overtime.
Exactly. Now as soon as
we don't know if we would have won in overtime, but it gives us a chance.
But if we would have been there and had the opportunity,
Exactly.
Anytime you miss extra points as little chip shot field goals, I always think too, that's gonna come back to haunt you at the end of the game. It did.
Granted that he made better field goals, but it's like, so what? You missed the extra point.
Right.
You're not supposed to miss that.
Not those little chip shots, no.
The chip shots you're not supposed to miss.
No.
And they moved the extra point back.
I know.
They moved it back. I think that's the problem right there. I think they need to push it back because it's like it's extra point rising so far back. I mean, even then, you're still supposed to hit it regardless, but it's once you still closer, but it's like they push it back because of that. Because it was 2 weeks, but I'm like, it's extra point.
Right. It kind of goes both ways, It's like they definitely should have made it, but it could have been because they pushed back,
But still, I don't get those views because it's like at this point, every point is supposed to be a given, and even 50-yard field goals, you're expected to field goal kicker in this league. You're expected to hit those 50-yard field goals.
Those 50, son.
Like 10, 15 years ago, that was unheard of. 50-yarders was tough. Even a 60-yarder, You expect to hit that now.
Oh yeah, I know. It's like it's come so far.
Yeah,
But
it's like it's further back. Sooner or later, probably like, oh, 70 yarder, you got to hit that too.
right, probably another 10 years will be even farther.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Yeah, we should see. They should be good games though. I think the Seattle will win.
Right.
The defense. I think they'll be big. Denver, I think it's going to be rusty.
Yeah.
I think they'll beat them. I think
Bills beat them.
it's going to be the Pats and Buffalo in the finals
Hmm. And
over
the
there.
AFC, AFC,
Yeah,
yeah, AFC and that NFC, I think it'll be the Rams and the Seahawks.
yep, yep,
Assuming that the Bears are not able to come back, or the Rams just got the Bears run.
right.
But I won't be shocked if the Bears slip in there either.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. The Bears
They're gonna
very good.
very good. They're a very good team. And they can
Yeah,
play from behind too. I noticed that about them. They can come from behind. It's like the game switch on them. They stick course.
right, right. Absolutely.
And that's a point they got to force. They got resilience. You got to be resilient. Because
Yeah.
sometimes everything don't go your way. It's not how you start, it's about how you finish.
Yep, you got that right. And they already proved that once. Yeah, yeah. We shall see. I look forward to free agency too. See where some of the players go.
Yep, definitely, definitely. It's been a good conversation. You got anything you want to say, Josh, before we get out of here?
Talking to me?
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh, it was. I appreciate you having me on, chatting about football again, man. I look forward to the playoff matchups. It's always a pleasure coming on and saying what's up.
absolutely, absolutely, man. I was pleasure to have you come on. I love having you on again. We can
Thanks,
do some
buddy.
more before the season start. We can do some season
Yeah,
predictions,
absolutely.
talk some
So
more about Eagles.
yeah,
I'll talk
absolutely.
about some basketball too. We can do some basketball, real basketball talking too.
That'd be cool. Absolutely. It'd be a good time.
I
I,
appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you too, buddy.
I appreciate you, man. So, I'm Loud Talks Low. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, let it get some Live Talks Low. Contact me at the email that I got across the screen. Shoot me an email. I'll put you on. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. So, be
Thanks,
good.
man.
This night, man. Peace, man. Holla at you.
God bless. Salute.
Salute.